Getting Te Aorere Kura, the strategy to end violence, launched a year ago, meant that this year was putting the roots down across the agencies, across the sector, and getting the workforce tools out. The workforce tools are one of the biggest opportunities we have to reduce the harm of government agencies, to reduce the harm of people seeking help being re-traumatized across the system. So that's been, one of the massive movements for this year for me. But 2023 is going to be about continuing to roll out the implementation of them across agencies. So that'll be a big focus and a big priority for me.
High low in year 2023.
Well, at the start of the year, I was saying that every minister needs to be a climate change minister, and at the end of the year, I can confidently say that pretty much every minister is a climate change minister, because the emissions reduction plan has 15 ministers, 3/5 of the executive, who have responsibilities for rolling out different parts of the climate change program across transport, energy, waste, forestry, you name it. And so that's kind of been the big breakthrough. The low, I think, I was pretty disappointed at where the He Waka e Kanoa partnership got to with their proposal for agricultural emissions pricing, because I just don't think that the proposal that they put forward would be terribly effective. And for next year, I think it's really going to be all about making sure that New Zealanders know that if they want action on climate change, if they want to protect nature, and if they want to end inequality in Aotearoa New Zealand, then they've got to give their party vote to the Green Party, make sure that we've got more MPs in Parliament, more ministers around the cabinet table, and more influence over the next government.
And what about for the Green Party, what's happening, aside from the election, 2023, what's on the agenda?
So, as always, our priorities in protecting climate for future generations, protecting the environment, and ensuring people have what they need is going to remain a priority. But we can get even more specific. We would love to see, again, rent controls for some immediate relief for people, really livable incomes. We really have to interrupt and eliminate that deeply entrenched systemic poverty. We'd like to see free public transport, actually, as another way of alleviating people's stresses and costs. And, we'll just continue to push on the things that we know are going to make a big difference for people and the planet. And 2023 for us will be about putting up the ongoing economic transformation, where currently wealth in the hands of a few needs to be better redistributed, and that's sort of a core part of rearranging the way that our economy works at this time, the way that it has been exacerbated through COVID, and the way that housing has been used as an asset instead of a place for people to just have a home. That's the sort of priority that we'll keep rolling out in 2023 as well.
And the Green Party's in there. Has it finished yet, the candidate selection process?
No.
Oh God, no.
No.
Oh, sorry, I mean
Yeah.
the intentions to stand in seat. We know that Jan Logie isn't
Yes,
staying.
that's right.
That's right.
Current MPs who have given their intention to you, you don't have to say who, that they won't be standing.
We definitely won't be speaking to the individual intentions of any of our MPs or candidates, because we really know how important it is to honour their own timing, their own control over how and if they release information. So we're going to absolutely leave that up to them. Yes, we're, Jan Logie has just been a unique contributor to the country. Domestic workplace legislation, sexual violence legislation. She laid down the groundwork for Te Aorere Kura, the prevention of violence strategy, and of course ACC birth injuries, but a massive leadership role across successive caucuses as well. And so, we're going to sorely miss her.
Green endorsed mayors like Tory Whanau are reliant on three warded